welcome. In this session, you're going to explore the core Azure storage services that help you store and manage different types of data. Whether you're building apps, managing infrastructure, or enabling data pipelines in the cloud. Imagine needing a single platform that can handle everything from storing large unstructured video files to managing relational databases or backing up your virtual machines. That's what Azure Storage offers. You can think of Azure Storage as a multi-purpose cloud storage platform built for scale, speed, security, and flexibility. Whether you're building an enterprise web app, running cloud services, or just need to store files in the cloud, Azure Storage is designed to support your needs. Azure Storage provides the backbone for many modern applications. You can use it to store files and folders like shared drives, unstructured objects like images, videos, or logs, structured tables and records, virtual machine disks, messages between services. And it's AI ready, meaning you can easily connect it to machine learning and analytics workflows for deeper insights. When working with Azure Storage, it helps to understand the three primary categories of data it supports. Each type aligns with how you store and access information in your applications and infrastructure. First, there's virtual machine data, which gives you persistent storage for your Azure IaaS virtual machines. You'll use Azure Managed Disks, which work like hard drives for your VMs. These disks let you store things like application binaries, static website content. Each disk can grow up to 32,767 gigabytes, and you can attach multiple disks depending on your VM size. For example, if you are running SQL Server on a VM, you can attach several managed disks to store your databases efficiently. Next is unstructured data, which refers to raw, schemaless information. You will store this kind of data using Azure Blob Storage or Azure Data Lake Storage, which function as scalable object stores and big data solutions. This is perfect for images, videos, application logs, system backups, or massive analytics workloads. If you are running a video streaming app, you can use blob storage to store all your media content effortlessly. Finally, there's structured data, which fits neatly into tables with rows and columns. Think of traditional databases. You can store this data in Azure Table Storage, Azure Cosmos DB, or Azure SQL Database, depending on whether your app needs NoSQL flexibility or relational consistency. For instance, you might use Azure SQL Database to manage customer records, or Cosmos DB for a shopping cart system that needs to be globally distributed and always available. Understanding these three categories helps you design the right storage strategy for your workload, whether you're supporting apps, analytics, or infrastructure at scale. As you work with Azure Storage, there are a few key features you should always keep in mind to get the most out of your cloud storage experience. First, consider durability and availability. Your data stays safe even when hardware fails or disasters strike. Azure takes care of replication across zones or regions, ensuring your data remains accessible and protected even during unexpected outages. Next, think about secure access. Azure encrypts your data both at rest and in transit. You stay in control with detailed access permissions using role-based access control and shared access signatures to define exactly who can access your data and when. When it comes to scalability, Azure Storage grows with you. Whether you're storing a few megabytes or managing petabytes of data, the platform adjusts to meet your performance and capacity needs without hassle. You will also benefit from excellent manageability. There's no need for you to handle hardware, patches, or physical maintenance. Microsoft manages all the underlying infrastructure so you can focus on your solutions. Finally, enjoy global data accessibility. You can reach your data from anywhere in the world using HTTP or HTTPS. Azure offers SDKs for all major programming languages, including .NET, Java, Python, Node.js, and more. And for managing your storage, you have a variety of tools at your fingertips. The Azure Portal, Azure CLI, PowerShell, and Azure Storage Explorer, giving you both scriptable and visual options to suit your style. Azure provides several specialized storage services, and each one is optimized for specific types of data and access patterns. You'll use Azure Blob Storage when you need to store huge volumes of unstructured or non-relational data, like text, images, or binary files. This is Microsoft's object storage solution in the cloud, ideal for scenarios such as serving images or documents directly to a browser, streaming video and audio, storing files for distributed access or disaster recovery, backups, archives, and data analytics workloads. You can access blobs from anywhere in the world using HTTP or HTTPS and interact with them through URLs, the REST API, Azure CLI, PowerShell, or client libraries in languages like .NET, Java, Python, Node.js, PHP, and Ruby. You can even mount blob storage using the NFS protocol for more traditional file access. If you are migrating legacy apps or need a shared file system in the cloud, Azure Files is your go-to service. It allows you to create highly available network file shares using either the SMB or NFS protocol. These shares can be mounted by multiple virtual machines simultaneously with both read and write access. You will find Azure Files useful for migrating on-premises apps that rely on file shares, hosting configuration files or tools for developer teams, storing logs, crash dumps, or metrics for later analysis. Access is secured through storage account credentials, and anyone mounting the share gets full read and write access. It's an easy way to bring traditional shared storage models to the cloud. When you need to manage asynchronous processing or background jobs, Azure Queue Storage lets you store and retrieve millions of messages efficiently. Each message can be up to 64 kilobytes in size. Here's a typical use case. Let's say customers upload photos to your app and you want to generate thumbnails. Instead of making the customer wait during upload, you drop a message in a queue once the image is received. Then, a background Azure function reads the message and processes the image separately. This design allows you to scale each component independently, making your system more responsive and flexible. For structured non-relational data, you can use Azure Table Storage. It provides a schemaless key attribute store, allowing you to evolve your data model as your application grows. This service is perfect when you need fast, cost-effective access to structured NoSQL data at scale. It's often cheaper than traditional relational storage and is part of Azure Cosmos DB, giving you benefits like global distribution, automatic secondary indexes, high throughput, and low latency. You can use this service for scenarios like user profiles, device telemetry, or application metadata that needs to scale massively and flexibly. When planning your storage architecture, choose the right service based on your data type and workload. Use blob storage when storing unstructured massive scale data for streaming, backups, or direct web access. Use Azure Files when migrating apps that need traditional file shares or centralized configuration via data access. Use queue storage to process messages or tasks asynchronously with flexibility and control. Use table storage when you need structured NoSQL data that's scalable, globally distributed, and cost efficient. So, what's your key takeaway? Each Azure storage service plays a unique role in modern cloud applications. By understanding how and when to use blob files, queue, and table storage, you'll design solutions that are scalable, secure, and ready for real world performance.